He's the driver of the number 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford Fusion, and he's Joey Logano. He's back on the program. Congrats with the win, Joey.
Thank you. How you guys doing today?
We're doing well, but here's what we want to know. I need some NASCAR terms, so when it comes up in a conversation with friends or I'm having a beer and I want to impress somebody, what could I drop on them? What's some of the newer stuff where they'd go, wow, that guy knows his NASCAR?
Well, why aren't you watching it in the first place?
Well, we watch, but I don't know the inside stuff, so sometimes the guys who race have different terms.
Oh, I don't know. There could be, there's 100 different terms. I don't know. Shoot, there could be anything. That's a tough question.
Well, wait. Okay, here's one for you. Diamond the corner.
There you go. So diamond in the corner is basically, so obviously the corner has a radius around the corner, but if you can, sometimes what I was doing this weekend is I'd enter up high, and then in the center of the corner I'd make a real sharp turn down to the bottom of the racetrack and basically straighten out the exit. And they call that diamonding the turn because it's basically putting a sharp turn in the middle of it instead of running a nice radius around the corner.
I'm going to use that.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's one for you.
I'm going to say, I was talking to Joey, the number 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford Fusion, and he was diamonding the corner like nobody's business.
There you go.
How would you describe yesterday?
Well, it's Saturday night, and I thought it was. Yesterday was great too, though. By the way, it was a nice off day, but Saturday night was even better. It's such a cool racetrack to win at. It's really a cool racetrack to run at. It's the grandstands are all the way around it. It has that stadium atmosphere, and before the race, the pre-race ceremonies, and everyone's screaming and yelling. You get that excitement before the race starts, and it's a lot of fun to be there. So you can imagine what it's like winning there. It's a lot of fun. It's obviously a very fast half-mile racetrack. There's never a break. It's 500 laps. It's a grueling race. You're just completely wore out at the end of this one. And so when you pull that car into victory lane there, it's like nowhere else.
What was the highest speed you reached?
Oh man, it's I think we're about 140 or so around there, which is for a half-mile racetrack, that's getting around pretty good. Obviously we go faster at different racetracks, but that's considered one of the smallest racetracks you go to. Yeah,
because you could end up going 40 at when it gets all bunched up there, can't you?
I hope not. No, we're still. I mean, it's the highest banked racetrack, along with which is one of the shortest racetracks. So, center of the corner speeds are actually up pretty good. So your on throttle time is pretty high. So you don't have to slow down much for the corners because there's so much banking.
Jimmy Johnson had some nice things to say. Did you hear that?
No, I did not. I did not.
He says he's damn good.
Well, that's good. He's pretty damn good himself.
Yeah, but coming from him,
I'm trying to catch up to him.
Was he your idol growing up?
Well, Jimmy got in a little bit later. Really, Jeff Gordon was probably my favorite driver growing up, and because he obviously Jeff started quite a bit before Jimmy did, and it's cool to race against those guys. You think about when you're 7, 8 years old and you're watching your childhood hero race cars, and you always dream you're going to race against them, but what's really the chances of that happening? And to be out there racing against them for wins, it's pretty cool. I pinch myself a lot because I still think of that stuff of when I was 6 years old watching it on TV. So it's pretty cool.
How old were you when you first met Gordon?
I met him in Loudon, New Hampshire when I was 8 or 9 years old. Picture,
autograph, anything?
I got it. Yep, I got a picture and an autograph.
Isn't that weird though? And now you're racing, you're beating him.
It's weird. I don't know if I'm beating him. We're racing him good though, and it is weird. It's unbelievable, And it's funny because a lot of the younger drivers that have come into NASCAR now, we always tell Jeff about when we were young and we got pictures of him when we were just starting racing and all. I think it makes him feel old. I don't know if he likes it so much, but we like to give him a hard time about it.
How do you know a kid has talent? Like, what age do you know that he could do something like this?
I think it's, it's kind of hard to say. But I think when you look at other sports, or you look at hockey or you look at baseball, you can tell when a kid's naturally gifted at a sport pretty early. But then there's also those kids that are, late bloomers and, that work really hard at it and are able to make something of it. And, as you well know, in professional sports, you got to be able to have both. Natural talent might get you to the top, but it won't win, it won't win you races or win you games. And so I think you got to be able to have a lot of talent, but you got to, understand the hard work that goes into it, because everybody that's up there at the top level has a ton of talent.
Have you ever, pitchers talk about this, they'll be in the bullpen and they just don't have good stuff, then they'll go out and throw a no-hitter. Have you ever had, maybe a bad car in practice, then all of a sudden, on race day, it's just different?
Yeah, that happens. And, we typically practice on Fridays, Saturdays, and, a lot of times, sometimes you might not have the best practice. And you keep working on your car and keep talking with your crew chief and making adjustments. And, sometimes in the race, boom, all of a sudden it comes to life, and, sometimes there's always a reason for it, obviously. It's just making sure you understand the reason when you go back to that racetrack.
He's won 8 races since the start of the 2014 season. Congrats on the win over the weekend. And, of course, be careful when you dime in the corner there, Joey, okay?
All right, yeah, make sure you use that one.
I will. Thank you, Joey. That's Joey Logano.